Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426, and today we have the review of the 52Toys Beastbox Jawliet. So this is the third unit of the Hound squad. So if you actually bought this in order in terms of color wise and such, if you didn't buy any repeats, technically you are 75% completed with the combined form, which becomes like some sort of giant mechanoid like Rex. So technically at this point you can technically buy two of these units and complete the combination, although the two legs will be in the same color as well. And for the body, one thing, if you want to have a full white one, you could technically buy the previous Hound unit white one, two of them as well. So you could at this point complete the combined form. But for those who want to buy not the same products two times, yeah, you're 75% complete. And technically at this point the fourth unit is released, and I actually do have it myself. So next week's review is going to be pretty simple, and I'm going to show the main differences between the fourth unit. I'm going to compare to the third unit and fourth unit with the main differences, and then jump on right away to the combined form. Alright, so just before we go on, here is the box, and on the back side here we have some of the details, and here is the complete form. With, if you bought two of the same units, here you have the entire white giant mecha Rex going on here. I'm not let's see, once again I don't think his name is really mentioned, but this unit you bought will become the legs or of the unit as well. And here is the design team that made this unit. So once again, this is a team, this is one of the original 52Toys team that made the Dio Beastbox, and here is the actual engineer who made this as well. Once again, I've heard some people, 52Toys actually did hire some engineers from Hasbro, so past Hasbro engineers that worked on Transformers as well. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting concept. Alright, so before we jump on the gun, here is the components. So first of all, obviously you get the Beastbox unit itself, Jawliet, and it's currently in its cube form, and you do get the box charger to store them in. And then here we get the instruction manual, pamphlet, and PVC cards as well. Now the instruction manual is with me separately, but yeah, you get the PVC card so that if you want your Beastbox to pop out right away when you open this, you fold this in half and put it behind the Beastbox. And here we have the catalog. Once again, some of the catalog has some of them are the old products, some of them the new products. It's very like mixed up. And here is one of my favorite parts. Here we have the card, the character card going on here. So we have Jawliet. Now because of the art style, definitely has that evil James Bond look going on here because of the eyes. I'll show you that in detail, but they did a really good job on that. And then here we have the back section right over here. So if you want to read the description on the bottom, you can pause and read. And regarding his stats, I would say pretty average in most parts. The only part would be lacking, I guess, would be defense. Has the lowest, intelligence average, speed a little bit high, strength a bit high, courage on the average area. So pretty well done. Alright, so let me get this thing off the rotating stand. Let's see what we got. So here we have the cube form going on. Let's take it out of the box. And let's see, so transformation wise, I would say he's on the average area, so it's not too difficult or not too easy. So once again, you're gonna have no problems as long as you have the instruction manual as well. But I think if you practice it a few times, you should be able to memorize the whole thing going on here. So in the cube form, there's not much to show, but once again, they did a good job in terms of making it look into a cube. Now I know there are much more better ones out there that looks better in the cube form, but once again, for what they did, it's very good. Alright, so I'll be right back with the transform version, and let's see what we got. Okay, I'm back. So here I have the completed form of Jawliet. Once again, very well done, very well made, and I really love the overall sculpt. It definitely looks like a dog, and yet a mechanized, like military use dog kind of concept, which I do like. So once again, when you're first buying this and on the box, it should be like around this form or like mid-transformation, but you should be able to figure it out once you mingle around with the product. Alright, so let's start from the head. So once again, I do love the head here because number one, you have the head here. One of the eyes is actually a scope type eye. Now I don't think you can take this off well because this is also a clear piece. And number two, on the inside, I do not see a separate eye that looks like this. So I don't think it's meant to come off as far as I know. but they got like some certain details pretty good, like the ears. You can flap them around because they are on slightly on joints, and you can move them forward and backward a little bit, or technically go 360 if you want to do so. And you can lock them into place when you're transforming, because you can see there's a peg around the neck area and there's a hole on the ear, so you can just lock them into place if you want to do so. And yes, the mouth does open, and it actually opens very wide, or upward. So here we have the all the way open mouth. Now because of this overall design, it may seem a little bit odd, but who knows, maybe this type of breed, maybe his jaw is shaped like this, but still you can open the mouth. Now you can see the other side as well, which is kind of not too common, but still, and you still got the teeth details, so well done even on the top section. Now the head articulation, there is this flap that kind of covers up the neck joint right over there, but because it's on a ball joint, so going 360 is also possible. And then you have the separate neck that allows it to go down a bit, but once again, this is mostly used for the transformation upwards as well. And you can, oh sorry about that, you can make it go look upwards with the flap is opened up here. So yeah, articulation wise, you got some decent articulation going on here. Now regarding the front legs, yeah, so you can see here the main joint is a ball joint connection going on here, but on the other side is also another ball joint, so it's a double ball joint, so you do get like a bit of control of like the overall position here, going lower, higher and such. And because it is on a ball joint, 360 twist is also possible. Let me go back a bit. So 360 is also possible as well, and shoulder forward and backward movement is kind of present there. And then legs can go, okay, so to sidewise, there's not much you can do about this. So this is as far as you go. And if you go a little bit more, you can pop out the ball joint, but that's not really ideal. And then leg wise, you get a few joints here. So there's a joint, it's like a double peg joint here, a double type joint here. So you can fold this backwards or inwards as well. And then using the lower section here, you can fold another again to get a very nice bend here. But once again, this is mostly for the use of the transformation. And feet are on your typical ball jointed feet, but also it has another joint there which allows you to go forward and backward as well. So pivot wise, you should have zero issues with the pivot because it is on the ball joint for the feet. And this part is also, I think these are like rocket or missile launchers, and they are separate pieces here. So yeah, if you want to use them, you can. If you don't like them, you can take them off anytime you want to do so. Now, unlike the previous two units, like Romeo or Boney, you do not get any like some sort of bone C4, but once again, you have this compartment for some reason can open up here. So I'm not sure if this is supposed to be like some sort of design or reference, but once again, you have this opening section that, you know, that's here for something. Now, it could be meant for the combined form, but who knows. Now, on the back here, before I go to the body articulation here, we have some sort of cannon here going on here. That's on the first, there's on a joint here, and then on the top section using a ball joint, so you can control the cannon or which way it's pointing at. So yeah, pretty small detail. It's a small weapon, but it's better to have some sort of weapon like for this type of design of unit. And then now the body wise, now most of this body articulation is, I'm assuming is going to be meant for the transformation or for the leg mode. But once again, on the front, as you guys saw, you have this first bend going on here for downwards. Now, this bend is not really meant for the dog unit, but yeah, this is mostly for the transformation. One is there, and then on the back section here, there's another joint here, but it's connected to a ball joint, a very squeaky ball joint, not ideal. So if I can somehow separate this and kind of sand it a little bit, I think that would be great. So you can do that. So you do get a bit of a wiggle going on here, and then I believe you can bend this part, and then let's see, there is another joint here which allows you to go bend even more like that. But once again, as you can see, there's no way this joint is meant for the dog. So yeah, so that's that. And because of this back section being on the ball joint, you can kind of rotate this back part around. But once again, I don't think any dog can do that. And then before we go on to the legs here, we have the tail unit. Very short tail, but it can go up and down as well, and then you can somehow rotate this part as well. And then now for the back legs going on here. So once again, when you first get this, it may, or most of the legs may look short because like the front leg and the back legs were like folded up like this. Same goes for the front one. It was kind of like folded like this. So it definitely, all the legs look very short. If you don't like that, you can always extend the legs going on here and make it look much better, because at first I had no idea what was going on here, but apparently it was this. And make sure to like close all these flaps or open up the flaps, necessary flaps going on here. I tend to like mostly leave them closed up, but sometimes the manual tells you to open them up. So once again, the back legs are also having the same type of joint here on the main connection here, but this time on the inside, it's not exactly ball joint, it's more of a hinge joint here. So it can go downwards like that easily, but once again, I assume this is more for the transformation of the leg for the combined form. So you can go downwards, upwards, you have a bit of control on how to position it as well. And then because it's on a ball joint, 360 twist is also possible. And then other than folding it backwards, we can also go forward as well, and then all the way out as well. And then feet is also still on the ball joint, so you should have no pivot, you should have no issues like with positioning the feet as well. And that's pretty much it for Jawliet. So once again, this thing has very decent articulation here. So if you always wanted like to have a mech hound figure, I think this is like one of your best picks going on here. Although the breed may not be your preference to some people, but still I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed the first hound going on here. It's still one of my favorites as well in terms of design. So the only thing left to show is the leg, but I'm not going to show the 3 units combined yet, because I'm going to save that for the last unit as well, and because I only have 1 leg at the moment theoretically, so it's not going to be able to stand with just 1 leg. So I'll be right back with the leg, and we'll end it off there. Okay, I'm back. So here we have the leg mode of the combined form. Once again, I think they did a really good job on transforming into a leg design. In this form you don't really see the head until you go backwards. You could definitely see where the head is now, and then this also did have a bit of a usage as well. Now this is the leg, so you can technically use this as the left leg or right leg. It's all thanks to this system going on here. So I have each peg on the outward side, but let's say if you want to be this onto the right leg, then all you need to do is leave this on here, and then you open the other section here and then put this on the other way around and close it up. So if you want to do it the other way, each peg should be facing the other way around. So yeah, they did consider all possibilities here as well. And then leg articulation wise, other than the whole spinning thing, you do have a little bit of bend here and there, but I don't think there's supposed to be like a mid bend section right over here. I mean, technically you could utilize this bend, but it's not really the knee or going on the lower knee, so this would be technically an angle joint at this point. But still, yeah, I'm really looking forward for here. So you do have this a bit of a joint here, so once again, not exactly a bend on the knee, but some sort of an ankle joint. So I'm really looking forward for it here. So on the last unit video, I will be showing the differences in terms of design with this unit, and then jumping on right away to the combined form, and we will look at the combined form articulation here. Now, another thing I would like to mention, I am going to Germany next week because of the Germany Toy Fair for 2023. This is mostly because of my job, so I may not be able to upload anything, just keep that in mind. Anyway, thanks for watching the review. This was the review of the 52Toys Beastbox Jawliet. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave them comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.